Sri Lanka is deploying military drones to fight mosquitoes as dengue fever surges to alarming levels across the island nation. That's the headline out of Colombo today, and it tells a story about a country fighting multiple crises at once. More than 46,000 people in Sri Lanka have been infected with dengue fever so far this year. That's nearly double the number for the same period last year, and 29 people have died. Hospitals are now seeing more than 500 new cases every single day, with facilities stretched to capacity and extra wards being opened just to handle the overflow. So what's driving this outbreak? A few things converged at once. Late last year, a devastating cyclone swept through the country, triggering more than 1,000 landslides and leaving behind enormous amounts of debris and stagnant water, exactly the kind of environment where Aedes mosquitoes breed. Local governments were so overwhelmed with recovery efforts that clearing those breeding sites fell behind. Then heavy rains from January onward kept conditions wet, and now the southwest monsoon, which runs from May through September, has added minor flooding on top of that. And dengue isn't the only thing Sri Lanka is dealing with. The country is still recovering from years of economic hardship, and recent energy shortages tied to the war in Iran pushed the government to temporarily impose a 4-day workweek. Adding a major disease outbreak on top of all that puts enormous pressure on an already strained system. Officials are doing everything they can to prevent a repeat of 2017, when Sri Lanka recorded 186,000 infections and 450 deaths in a single year. This week, the country launched a nationwide 3-day dengue prevention drive. That's where the drones come in. The Sri Lanka Air Force has been flying them over high-rise buildings in Colombo, scanning rooftops to identify pools of standing water and other mosquito breeding sites. Once a site is flagged, the property owner must clear it or face a fine. The program started in the capital and has since spread across the country, targeting schools, homes, public institutions, and abandoned properties. But there are also longer-term strategies in play. Sri Lanka's National Dengue Control Unit is working to expand a sterilization program it first piloted in 2021, and it's planning to release mosquitoes carrying something called Wolbachia bacteria, a naturally occurring microorganism that can neutralize the dengue virus and gets passed down to future generations of mosquitoes. When this method was used in Yogyakarta, Indonesia starting in 2017, dengue incidents dropped by more than 75%. In North Queensland, Australia, where Wolbachia mosquitoes have been released regularly since 2011, long-term monitoring shows the region is now essentially dengue-free. Sri Lanka piloted the approach in 2 areas near Colombo between 2018 and 2021, and authorities are now working to build a dedicated facility to breed those mosquitoes at scale. Dr. Kapila Kanangara, who heads the National Dengue Control Unit, put it plainly: if cases keep rising, the country will have a serious problem with hospital beds. This is a story about a small island nation using every tool at its disposal, from military aircraft to cutting-edge biology, to fight a disease that has surged precisely because of the cascading effects of natural disaster, economic crisis, and war happening all at the same time. We'll be watching how Sri Lanka's battle against the mosquito unfolds in the weeks ahead.